Hey everyone, welcome to the Work PC podcast. So today in the same series of discussing CURA type, we have another new element being added, that is CURA, the virtual currency. And Amit, I'll ask you to touch upon why we are using CURA, the virtual currency, and a little bit other points as well. There, future scopes and opportunities of using the virtual currency.
Yeah, so as you have kind of gone back and forth on how these networks are set up, they're all markets, right? In the end, there's a buyer, seller, and other
Yeah.
aspects of it. Someone co-selling, all those
Hmm.
referrals and so on. So there's a whole bunch of people who are engaged in monetary transactions, and today the monetary transactions are done using service providers like money
Hmm.
movement entities and payments people and banks and all these things, credit card processors and other things. So all of
Hmm.
this takes time and effort and money. Basically, it's a cost to doing all of these things.
Yeah.
And there is a way to make things a bit more native and seamless,
Hmm.
like you go to a country and use their notional local currency when you go and buy things, right? Even though you
Yeah.
might actually be spending from your home country, your money is in the home country, you're going to another country and you're spending money
Hmm.
in that local currency, right? That
Yes.
local currency doesn't actually need to exist. Like the whole world could be on one currency, technically speaking, right? But the reason
Yeah.
you have multiple currencies is because there is value in the
Hmm.
local economy being in control of their own system of record, right? Because money
Yeah.
and the accounting is only a
Hmm.
bookkeeping system. And
Hmm.
so we use the same bookkeeping mechanics anyway. And the
Hmm.
currency is a metadata, right? Like I can do transactions in any currency, and my book
Hmm.
will contain all the transactions. And then finally, I might report it to my USD tax
Yeah.
people and pay my taxes. So I
Hmm.
would convert everything to. So I'm going to use a what I call as a native currency to do my books, no
Hmm.
matter what currency my customers use, for example, or my vendors need, for example, right?
Hmm.
So I'm managing money in that sense as well. I'm managing currency, I'm managing, exchange, I'm managing movement and stuff like that. So this part of your business can
Hmm.
be captured, and you can
Hmm.
use the aspects of money, currency, to incentivize people to use your currency rather than some other currency,
Okay. Hmm.
right? So you can give them
Yeah.
literally an incentive. Like if you use CuraType, I mean, you're using
Hmm.
CuraType and you're doing something, let's say you're buying a T-shirt from your favorite
Hmm.
avatar, right? Who's, you're a
Hmm.
big fan of a certain avatar, they've created a merchandise and you're
Hmm.
buying that. You can buy that in rupees or Indian, like Indian currency. You can buy it in dollars because it's a dollar company, and other
Hmm.
currencies because you might be living in those places, and that's the normal
Hmm.
currency you use. But ultimately, on this end, it's all dollars, right? Now,
Yeah.
you can imagine that you introduce a new currency which people can
Hmm.
adopt. And if they
Hmm.
are active in the CuraType universe, then they will
Hmm.
be benefited when they use this currency versus, let's say, any other currency. And what are the
Yeah.
benefits?
Okay.
For example, you
Hmm.
might get 3% cash back when
Hmm.
you use Cura,
Yeah. Yeah.
right?
Could be one of the
Simple as
things.
that.
Yeah.
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 One of the first things you could do is that. So now you have, if you're a business person, you're
Hmm.
instantly incentivized to use it because you have nothing to lose. You gain money,
Yeah.
right? You gain 3%.
Exactly. Hmm. Hmm.
So simple as that. So you give people seamless experience, easy to do, and clear benefits, right? That's what
Okay.
a
Hmm.
currency does for you. It creates for
Hmm.
you a way to be in charge of your own treasury, your own money movement, and your own forex, and so on,
Hmm.
and allows you to incentivize your participants with a little bit
Hmm.
of something extra when you use your currency, data, rewards,
Hmm.
loyalty, all that stuff.
So yeah, that's how you get people to adopt the new currency or CURA in this case, and then have people use it across other networks which are part of the CURA type ecosystem. So they can do other transactions. So let's say they're buying merchandise from one avatar. and they came to know about, or they come into contact with somebody else and they decided to make another purchase, they can still use the CURA currency in the next transaction and in the next transaction, so that entire ecosystem gets benefited. And they
Correct.
also get the incentives for using CURA as a mode of
That's correct.
transaction, or as the money for transaction. So that makes a lot of sense for adoption. And are there other benefits as well in if we are speaking financially, or in other terms of for using
Yeah, for
CURA?
example, you can cancel out a whole bunch of money movement activity. For instance, if everything is happening in CURA on your own ledger, right, which is the ledger we provide. Now, let's say you're making a lot of payments to people within your network every month, right? Let's say there's like 10% of your network or 5% of your network super active. They're like your vendors and your main co-sellers and all that. And lots of back and forth transactions. They're buying and selling from us, right? Because they're vendors, right? You're going to get settlement from us. We give them money, and they obviously pay commissions to everybody. So they're also. So if everyone starts to operate in CURA, and if people have CURA in their wallets, we can swap CURA without a cost.
Okay.
Because it's on our ledger.
Yeah, that's a big benefit. Yeah, that's a big benefit.
Yeah, so there's zero cost payments now, instant. Right?
So nothing
instant
going
payments,
to the payment provider. Yeah, nothing going to any payment providers or any sort of that ecosystem, because it's within
all internal.
CURA type, all internal. Oh, that's
so you
that's
can
also
cancel
big
out
benefit.
things. Yeah, net you can now you just do final mile transfers whenever needed.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So when people really need to use this outside the system, they can. Unless they need to do it outside the system, everything in the system is instant and free. Right? Including getting cashbacks, right? If I'm saying, look, if you already have it in your wallet and you're going to use CURA to pay me, even though it's free to do it now that it's all on board, I'm still happy to pay you, 3% cashback, let's say.
Yeah, the incentive that is there. The incentive is still
right? So
there.
you're going to load up your wallet. If you're going to make a purchase, you might as well load it up with CURA.
Yeah.
Right? Because you get a cashback.
Yes. Awesome. Cool. Thanks, Ovid. Thanks so much. This is such a amazing conversation on the use of a new currency or virtual currency, and the advantages as well. I don't think there's anything negligible here. Everything is a bigger number, and if you add more transactions or you have a bigger ecosystem, it keeps compounding.
Yes, it's the power of compounding. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.